The symbolism of Trinity is about the walls, and I think what we're talking about today is how we can break those down and how actually internally those kind of barriers don't exist here.
It's kind of hard to realise that just what you're born with can have a really strong impact upon where you end up in relation to other people.
One of the things that we really want to celebrate today is the fact that we have such a diverse population.
This is a place where we're trying to actually tackle really sensitive issues like this.
And even in a fairly privileged community like this, you can see through a simple exercise that in fact there's enormous diversity of entitlement, of rights and of privileges across a small group of people.
It's important that people don't feel bad about their privileges, so to speak. I mean, nobody chooses their privileges, but what we can choose is what we do about them.
Sometimes we can't see the other people that are less privileged, or we refuse to see them. So I think it's very important for us all to be able to view each other and see whereabouts we are, not to make each other feel bad about where we're at, but so that we can find a way that we can all come together and reach a common objective of having no oppression and no privilege, and everybody being of equal status, no matter where they come from.
If you have a visible or invisible disability, take one step backwards. Outside with religious holidays that you celebrate, take one step forward.
If you were able to progress to college straight from school, take one step forward. If you were ever encouraged by your parents to attend college, take one step forward.
Presented in the media often, take one step forward.
Some things kind of struck me, like, you know, when they were asking questions like, have you ever been stuck for a meal when you were a kid? Kind of things like that. It kind of reminds you of how underprivileged you actually are, even though you're around Trinity now and you feel very privileged being here.
I thought I would be down the back. I'm one of the less privileged people, but I was one of the ones more to the front, so that was interesting.
I was very surprised to find that I was right at the top of the line. That is, of all the people who were there, I was amongst the very few who had experienced privilege consistently. That surprised me, actually.
I thought I'd be very back because, like, coming from my circumstances in life, but regarding the questions, I realized, like, I do have, like, little more privilege as well.
I was with my friend, we were holding hands together, and I knew kind of where I was going to be in the privilege walk, and I kind of knew where she was going to be, but we held on to each other's hand really, really tightly, and then eventually lost each other. Knowing each other, obviously we see each other in equal eyes, that it's kind of weird when we do a privilege walk. You can kind of see the distinction when your friends are away apart from each other, that it kind of feels weird.
I was surprised at how far I found myself to the front, I'll be honest. I'd never considered myself particularly privileged, and I suppose once you're involved in something like this, it can have that effect of raising awareness.
There was more diversity than you might think from a group of people in Trinity Front Square on any given day.
I've had a lot of advantages in this life, and that's given me a little bit of a boost over other people in this country and in this world.
People that see it today to be shocked by it. The two groups need to come together, the people at the back and the people at the front, because you can't just have the people at the front doing stuff. I think all communities need to come together before change happens.
And I must say, I don't see Trinity as a very isolating place at all for any groups. I see most people have the opportunities to make the most of it if they put in the work.
We need to be aware that diversity exists within the college and within society.
Today isn't about making anyone feel bad about themselves or telling somebody that he didn't work hard enough because he had certain advantages. It's just about being here together.